Hi friends. The Hopepunk book club is not about hope. To explain why, I have to take you to my friend's stoop where I sat in the rain holding a wet box of cupcakes and staring into space. It was her birthday, she was quarantined away from her family while they recovered from COVID, and the news that Roe was about to be overturned had recently leaked, and our city council had just passed a budget cutting funding from schools and increasing funding for police. There were literal and figurative rain clouds above us as I tried to keep a birthday candle lit. Soon we gave up on our umbrellas and accepted that there was no way to avoid getting drenched. I should tell you that this friend, to whom I brought the world's bleakest birthday party, was the one who got me into politics as a profession. Though I'd been volunteering, protesting, and organizing since I was in 8th grade, it was after becoming friends with Lauren that I made vote posting my entire identity. We were two gals who had dedicated more of ourselves to the inside game than to anything else. That theory of change that if we understand the rules and the processes and the laws and the systems, we can use these structures to change things from within. If we get the right people in office and we apply pressure, we can get what we need. Vote harder, call your senators harder, talk to more voters, knock more doors. And there we were, nibbling pathetically at our frosting, wondering aloud to each other if we believed in anything anymore. Was any of this worth it? Were we wasting our time? Are we on our own from here on out, watching as everything good gets destroyed? I've been having this crisis of faith for the past few years, where I felt like if I'm doing all the right things and nothing's working, maybe nothing will ever work. I've been on a slow, bleak slide toward powerlessness and disillusionment and this deep, bitter grief for the world that I wanted to build. And I have hated feeling this way, the second most of any feeling in the world. The feeling I hated the first most is when people see that I'm this dark, angry ball, and then they tell me to have hope. The Hopepunk book club is not about hope. Dr. Kyle White, an environment and sustainability professor, put it so perfectly in the newsletter Gen Dread. Hopefulness can generate the ultimate bystander effect, as privileged people allow for injustices to continue, all the while remaining hopeful that a better world is possible. But if you want to get all faith without works is dead about it, that kind of hope is the sort of thing that can lead us to kick the can down the road, saying, look at the younger generation, they're gonna fix it, for 3 or 4 generations in a row. Hope misapplied can leave us thinking that without us doing much of anything, the fixes to our problems will fall out of the sky, or perhaps the Senate. I'm not interested in that kind of hope. Hopepunk, on the other hand, I can work with. Hopepunk is a literary genre first described by Alexandra Rowland as a worldview that the fight to build positive social systems is a fight worth fighting. No matter how dark things get, we don't resign to the doom. Hopepunk tells us everything is terrible is a useless emotion and that genuine caring is cool. Hopepunk is joy and wonder despite the circumstances. It's gritted teeth and balled fists. It's, I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. It's imagining a future that's not just survivable, it's desirable, so that we can actually get to the work of building it. It's realizing that lots of powerful social, political, and economic forces have us stuck here, but also my own grim attitude, the weakness of my own imagination, has me stuck here. As my old theory of change has been collapsing in on itself, becoming dense and cold, I'm reminded that Mariam Kaba says that hope is a discipline. It's a lot of work to look around you, see things as they are, and not want to just lay down and wait for the end. You may notice that I've been making a lot of videos lately about pieces of media that changed how I understand something, make me see the world differently, and that's on purpose because I don't like how I've been seeing the world. So I've started doing the only thing I know how to do, which is to write and read my way out of it. Not to make myself feel better or less uncomfortable, not to simply educate myself about current social issues, but to help myself see it, to open up the limits of my imagination and start to visualize the shape of a world I would be delighted to live in, the kind of world I'd want to make real. Now I want to do that together with a Hopepunk book club. During season 1, we'll be reading 4 books together that help us imagine what a desirable future might look like. Every month we'll meet for a live stream chat. I've got a great group of guest hosts who are going to come meet with us, and we'll talk about what these books help us imagine that we couldn't imagine before. What possibilities are starting to take shape. It'll be a casual thing if you can't make it to all of them, or you can only make part of the stream or watch it later, or you aren't used to discussing books and you're worried that you won't know what to say. That's fine. If you are trying to figure out how to build up your civic imagination, this space is for you, because I don't have the answers to present neatly and hand down. Much like the rest of our lives, we will need to try some new things and struggle through this together. Our first hang will be November 4th, where we're talking about Rebecca Solnit's A Paradise Built in Hell with my dear friend Nicole Sweeney, but these are the rest of the books and the guest hosts we'll be having on our first run. I think they're all going to be fantastic. Thank you to the Radish Collective, my community of Patreon supporters who recommended books. You can join them and get bonus content from me at patreon.com/ItsRadishTime. Thank you. I cannot wait to try this with you, and I will see you soon. Bye.